Welcome back to Multigen Law and ShutDownAmericanCreditAcceptance.com. If you are a victim of American Credit Acceptance, please watch this video. I'll tell you that there are some things that you must do to protect yourself. Now, if you're a victim of American Credit Acceptance and your car has been repossessed, I'm going to walk you through a few steps that you can immediately take to protect yourself and potentially right the situation. The first thing that I'm going to tell you is that I'm sorry that you're experiencing this right now. From one man to another, I'm sorry that you're experiencing this with this company. I want to tell you that you are not the only one. 85 to 90% of every loan that American Credit Acceptance gives out is defaulted. That means that you are one of thousands and thousands of victims. I want to also tell you that you haven't done anything wrong. When American Credit Acceptance writes a loan, they bank on the fact that you will default on the loan. A matter of fact, the majority of their profits, 90% of their profits, to be exact, come from what we call garnished wages. That means that this company is designed to cause you to default in your loan. They do not want you to be in your loan. Their objective is to get you into a car as fast as possible and repossess that car as fast as possible. Matter of fact, one of our victims had her vehicle for 2 years. She had 2 months to go before the vehicle would have been quote unquote paid off, and they came and illegally repossessed her car. The reason they do this is because they will first of all auction the car, in which they'll get paid again on top of the deposit that you made, on top of the monthly payments that you made. They'll auction your car and get paid a third time off of your loan. Then they will turn around and garnish your wages for the entire amount of the loan. That means that American Credit Acceptance will get paid 4 times from one loan. This is how they get rich. This company does not want you to stay in your vehicle, nor do they want to give you your vehicle back. Now, if your vehicle has been repossessed, the very first thing that I'll tell you is do not give them any more money. The first process that happens when your car is repossessed is you begin to call American Credit Acceptance to try to get your car back. So you begin asking questions like, how much do I owe? How much will it cost to get the vehicle back? What you need to know is that they will not treat you fairly. They will not give you numbers that are accurate, and 90% of the time they will default on any agreements that they make with you. Now, the reason for them to negotiate with you on giving you your car back is to buy time. Buy time for the car to be processed, buy time for them to file the lawsuit against you for repossession, buy time for them to auction the car. Because once they auction your car, the deal is done. Now, I'm going to tell you right now that if you are in a situation that your car has been repossessed, the first thing that you should do is call your bank and file disputes against every payment that you've ever made into American Credit Acceptance or the car dealership. Now, a lot of you will be limited in that because your banking system may not go back more than 120 days. Some banking systems will go back 6 months. Some banking systems can go back 9 months. Some can go back 2 years. One of our clients purchased his vehicle almost 2 years ago. He put a $2,000 deposit and he made payments of $1,200 for almost 2 whole years. The vehicle was then illegally repossessed. He filed disputes at his bank as we coached him. He then got the next day a temporary provisional credit, of which he used to go buy a new vehicle in cash where he had the title. This is the first step that you'll take. At this moment, you found our website and your vehicle is repossessed. Immediately get on your banking website, get on the banking app, or call your bank and file disputes. The dispute code, there is a particular code or reason that you must give for the dispute. That precise reason must be, listen, the precise reason that you tell the bank is that the product you purchased was not what you received. I'm going to say that again. If you're on the phone with your bank and you're disputing the charge, or you're filling out a form on the app or in the website, you check the reason and you tell them the reason is that the product you were promised or received or expected to get was not what you received. This precise reason is a code, and that code will cause the bank to legally, by federal law, give you provisional temporary credit. Do not give American Credit Acceptance any more money. Just recently, one of our clients had her car illegally repossessed. She was only 3 months behind. When she called to negotiate to get her vehicle back, they told her she owed almost $1,800, which is false. She didn't owe that much money. She wasn't that much behind. Her car payment was $250 a month. However, when she called to negotiate to get her vehicle back, they told her the amount of money that she had to pay was far more than she was actually far behind. Another client of ours purchased her car, and 3 months later, after she purchased her car, they mailed her a letter stating that they misevaluated her credit worthiness and that she needed to pay another $1,800 down in order to keep her car. Obviously, she did not have that $1,800, so they came out the next week and repossessed her car. She had her car for almost 3 months, no longer. This is illegal. They cannot do this. They are abusing all of their victims over and over again. American Credit Acceptance is not a loan company. They are legally filed as a debt collector. They don't make money unless they repossess your car. That's how their business is designed. You need to understand this. If your vehicle has just been repossessed, they do not want you to get the car back. You getting the car back is not in your best interest. The first thing that you do is file disputes at your bank. If you file the dispute accurately, it's federal law that the bank has to give you temporary credit. You then take that money and go purchase a different vehicle. That's your best bet. The second thing that you'll do is you'll go down to your local courthouse and you will file a lawsuit. Now, you're going to file 3 lawsuits, or you're going to file 1 lawsuit where you name 3 parties. You're going to file a lawsuit against the car dealership that sold you the car. You're going to file a lawsuit against the tow truck company they used to tow your vehicle. You're going to file a lawsuit against American Credit Acceptance. These lawsuits cost about $50 to $75 a piece. And when you file these lawsuits, immediately contact us to begin what is called arbitration. What we will argue for is for you to get every dollar back that you ever paid into the vehicle, including your deposit and any maintenance that you've spent on the asset. If you replace the transmission, or you replace the tires, or you fixed the engine, those are fees that you should get back, that you invested into the asset. The first thing that you need to understand is contractual law. Illegal contracts are not enforceable. 98% of every contract that's ever sent out from American Credit Acceptance is illegal. There's some clause in there that violates state or federal laws. American Credit Acceptance is an illegal company. It means that they operate illegally in the gray area of the law, where the owners and the founders can't necessarily be criminally arrested. Although this is called, this whole system that American Credit Acceptance has built, it's called civil conspiracy. It's where one corporation proceeds with intent to violate federal or state law. Then they loop in another party, like car dealerships, to participate. And then they loop in another party, like tow truck companies, to participate. What you've been involved in is a scam. Do not give them any more money and do not try to get your car back. That would be the worst thing that you could do. The best thing that you can do is figure out how to get yourself into another vehicle as fast as possible. File the lawsuits as fast as possible. This way, you have a fighting chance of getting your money back. There's something called statute of limitations. That means that typically there's a 2 to 3 year statute of limitations on transactions that are done. Their biggest hope is that you wait longer than 2 years before your car's repossessed illegally, or you file lawsuits against them. Time is your enemy in this situation. First thing you do is file disputes at your bank. Second thing you do is file your lawsuits. The best thing for you is to get into a different vehicle and out of a relationship with this company. Once you get into a new vehicle, you can then have peace of mind to then go after them. Do not negotiate. Do not give them any more money. Do not answer their calls and do not talk to them. If you do speak to them, record every phone call. I often coach clients to call them over and over and over and over and over again and record every phone call. It's important that you catch them in as many lies and deceits as possible. Remember, this company cannot tell you the truth because they didn't deal in the truth to begin with. There's nothing they can tell you that's the truth. And I know this situation is hard and frustrating and detrimental to you and your family, but I can tell you there's light at the other side of the tunnel. You can get out of this. You can get your money back. You can go after them and hurt them. Now, this has been Joshua Crampton. It's been about 13 minutes, so I'll stop this video.